Hello, everybody. Welcome to this chat tonight. Whoever is watching live, let us know if you're here with us. We are going to have fun. This is Katie. Katie is one of our rock star fit moms. And I love bringing women on to chat and to share their stories with you because I know that through their words, so many of you guys who are watching can relate and probably say that you felt the exact same way or you feel the exact same way. And so this is designed to give you hope and encouragement that you can totally make your health a priority and you can totally lose weight. And so you guys got to listen to Katie today because she's amazing. And I know she's going to encourage you. So Katie, can you just take a minute to introduce yourself to everybody?
Sure. So hi, my name's Katie. I am married and have a 2.5-year-old son named Hayden. I live in Minnesota. I know Kelsey from college, which is why I heard about Fit Moms in the first place, because we were still Facebook friends. And I started Fit Moms about midway through July of this year.
Yeah, awesome. So tell us a little bit, Katie, about where you were in your journey before we connected again.
So I feel like my story the last few years has been really influenced by the fact that I had major depression and anxiety when I was pregnant with Hayden, and then got into postpartum depression and stuff like that. So I've spent like Hayden's entire life working on mental health and trying to kind of become more healed and a more whole person and kind of get out of depression and anxiety. And I feel like I had made a lot of progress with that. But at the same time, I had pretty much like shut off my body and my physical self and said, like, that doesn't matter. My body is an annoyance, or it's the thing that makes me sick and I don't like it. And I don't have to deal with that part of me. And as I got more healthy mental health wise, I kind of recognized that that was a problem. So I needed to have some kind of way to grow in physical whole health. And as far as like where I was at with like food and weight, I wasn't like super overweight, but weight just kept creeping up and I was much more than I wanted to be. And my relationship with food was really tough because I felt like food wasn't safe. It was like I had like junk food and fast food that I could rely on and that was the same all the time and I could trust it. And then anything else, like almost every vegetable was like dangerous. And like I was just scared of it. It's like, well, I know junk food's bad for me, but I'm going to eat it because it's safe. But then I feel bad, so I just won't eat anything. But then I'm hungry, so I'll eat it again. And so it's like this nasty cycle of just kind of being upset with myself, but not knowing how to do anything else. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. And before this whole process, were you eating any veggies or what? You said they were scary, but were you eating any veggies, fruit? What was that like?
I mean, eating some fruit, but like legit, you guys, I ate out almost every day. And like when I did the assessment for Kelsey and I wrote down what I ate, I felt so ashamed because she says, like, what was your typical dinner look like? Like, well, Chick-fil-A or McDonald's or Arby's or Noodles and Company, like just eating out all the time. And I know the first week that I tried real food and I was like getting lots of coaching and stuff, I literally ate more veggies in that week than I probably had in the prior 6 months.
Yeah. And Katie, okay, she'll tell you more about her story, but she went from, I just want to reiterate like where you were, like literally not eating a vegetable. And now you're like embracing all these new recipes that we're trying. And you can share more about that. I don't want to ruin the punchline, but anyway, it's just really cool to see that even if you are going out to eat all the time, like you can totally transform, and Katie will tell you more about that. So as you were kind of recognizing that there was a problem, like you wanted to have that relationship with your body and feel whole, like in your skin again, what made you decide to join Fit Moms and start working together? Like what changed in your heart?
Like I said, some of the mental health healing happening made me recognize that it was like, okay, now that that's feeling a little bit more full, I can recognize the lack in my body. And then I kind of saw your Facebook posts over and over again, and all of your messaging was really kind and understanding. So it was like, oh, I can see somebody who might want to help and how it doesn't have to be scary. And then I was also thinking about like as Hayden went from milk to more solid foods. It was like, I don't know how to feed him anything except fast food. And I don't want him to grow up with this same kind of nasty relationship that I have. So like, I need to learn how to have a better relationship with food in my body so that Hayden will,
Yeah. 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 That's so good. And that's a big part of our mission. And what Katie's saying is like, she's changing the legacy of health for her family, including her son. And she's recognizing like, oh, this is about so much more than just me. Right. Which is really cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So walk us through more of your transformation. Like what has changed weight loss wise, life? Tell us all the things.
Okay, so I made a big list and I just want to say it. And if you think of things that you're like, I want to come back to that, maybe you can just make a little note. Is that okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, because I'm proud of it. And it's like, there's a whole big list, you guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
She should be proud.
So a huge thing that's changed, like the first thing that Kelsey has you dig into is like, what's your identity as a Christian? And like this idea of my identity being the daughter of the king, and that my dad doesn't get mad at me, and that I can mess up. And that I can be curious and try stuff and be cute and funny. Like all of those ideas about me being the daughter made a big change in the way that I perceive God and how I approach things without being as scared. So identity is a big thing. After a few weeks of eating real food and like walking more and stuff, I remember telling Kelsey, like, I feel like a person in a body. So like, I guess before I felt kind of like disembodied, where it was like I was my mental self and my body was this annoyance. And I now feel like I am my body. I'm here. I control it. It does cool stuff. So I feel like a person in a body. As far as the way I eat, I used to live on like pasta and bread and candy. Like literally, when I told my parents about this whole program and told them that I haven't eaten pasta in like 3 months, they were like, you're lying. Like, that's not possible. You're the pasta queen. So I have a lot fewer carbs and sugar, and I've been upping meat and veggies and trying new things that I've never tried before. Like Kelsey said, I'm down 21 pounds. And related to that, that's come with like several inches off my waist and my hips and my thighs. Like my legs feel thinner than they have in recent memory. So that's cool. Related to that too, I have thinner wrists and fingers. Like I'm going to have to resize my wedding ring because it slips off now.
Wow.
I used to walk maybe like 3,000 or 4,000 steps a day. Like I thought like, oh, I'm walking a lot, and I totally wasn't. And now I'm 10,000 steps a day regularly. Like, and that's easy and it feels good. Like if I don't get that, I feel funny. I have a vision to call back to. Like I'm still not very good at dreaming, but like 3 or 4 months ago, I was really bad at it. Like I was really bad at hoping or having something to look forward to. And now I'm getting better at thinking that I could have a hope to look forward to and a vision. I feel a lot more confident in cooking or looking at a recipe and being like, yeah, I can try that. Like previously, my husband used to be the cook in our family, and I've been making meals now for months. I'm more of an expert in scheduling and planning. I have more energy to play with Hayden, and I don't take naps as often. And I feel like more of a partner with my body, where it's like, I don't have to beat up my body because it's bad and I want it to be better. It's like I'm trying to take care of my body like it's something that deserves care.
Yeah.
So that was a lot, but that's my list.
That's amazing. I have so many notes, but I think one thing I want to point out too is that you talked a lot about walking, and the whole time in this program, did you ever like really exercise, or what was kind of your view there?
Yeah.
Like,
So I've done like 10 or 15 minute sessions of yoga sometimes, like to wake up in the morning, which is mostly just stretching. And then I've done a little bit of physical therapy for my knee, but otherwise it's been like 90% just walking.
Yeah. And so Katie's proving like you don't have to do crazy fitness plans to lose weight and get healthy. Like you just need to move your body and do what feels good to you. And so Katie has really embraced like walking is my thing. And walking is such good. I shouldn't say, are you not exercising? Walking is exercising, but like doing a fitness plan. So I think I just want to point that out. Tell us about some of the veggies and new food that you've tried. What have been some of your favorites?
Yeah. Well, so I figured out that I like roasted vegetables, and that if you put olive oil and salt and pepper on them, that they can actually taste good. Like, I'm making lots of progress with carrots. Because I used to, like I told Kelsey, like I literally would gag. It's like I couldn't swallow them. And now like I would enjoy a roasted carrot. Like I'll have that and get a second, spoonful and eat that for fun. And I told her just the other day I had a baby carrot with a little bit of ranch on it, and I like wanted another one, which I've never ever wanted a raw carrot in my life. So that's new. And then just a couple weeks ago, we tried spaghetti squash for the first time,
Nice.
which has been really fun because I make it with Hayden, and then like he gets to see me cut it open, and then we squish it around and we poke holes in it, and then he's all excited to eat it. And we get it at the grocery store and he picks it out. And like
That's
my
awesome.
mom I've never eaten one in my life. My mom never taught me how to make a spaghetti squash. So that makes me feel really confident as a mom too. It's like, look, I introduced you to this vegetable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
And again, you're changing the legacy where that's going to be part of the norm for your son, which is so cool.
Mhm.
And you mentioned this, but I just wanted to point out that like Katie, she mentioned having curiosity and just having, and a lot of that comes down to identity and what you said at the beginning. Like you don't have to get all this right on the first try. And so many of us have this all or nothing mindset. Like if I'm not doing all the things, I might as well do none of the things. And you're pretty open and honest. Like I'm not perfect in this. Like none of us are, but you, even with those imperfections, through a different mindset and a renewed sense of curiosity and love for your body and all of those things, renewed sense of purpose or in hope. I don't know, you're just such a good example of like, you can lift this burden without having to be perfect. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I lost like 7 pounds, I feel like in the first 2 or 2.5 weeks. And I was joking that it's like my body was just waiting for me to eat a vegetable. It was like, just try, just one, I'll do it.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
So if somebody was considering like, well, I don't know if this is the community for me, like, would you recommend them joining Fit Moms Academy or what would you say?
Yeah, I would definitely recommend it. With the caveat that I think you have to pray about it. Because I think that if I had tried to do it like a year ago, that I may not have been in a place to be successful because I wasn't prepared enough to make a really big commitment and change in my life.
Yeah.
So I think it's like a big decision. So you need to involve God in it. But I think it's been like without being melodramatic, like one of the best decisions of my life.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm so glad. I'm so happy for you. Yeah. And I think, I mean, you make a good point. Like the people who get the best results are people who are willing to basically show up and go through the process, right? And trust the process. And Katie, you guys, Katie, like from the first day, she like just jumped in. And again, you've heard the polar opposites even in her diet, and she's done an amazing job and she's really shown up and gone through it. So that's awesome. So I'm so happy for you. So last thing, let's say you were talking to somebody who feels stuck, maybe even how you felt before this in their health and their weight loss journey, or even feeling disconnected from their body. Like what one piece of advice would you give them?
For me, I feel like the advice is don't try to do anything by yourself. Like you need a helper. So maybe that's Kelsey, either through Fit Moms or through like some kind of Unstuck call or one of the smaller programs like Real Food Reset. But either way, like there's so many resources for like health and weight loss and stuff that they feel overwhelming if you don't have a guide. So I feel like you need a friend or a person to help. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's the beauty of like in the community. Yeah, I'm here to support you. And you had a whole bunch of new friends and kingdom minded community to cheer you on, and everybody's on the same page and rooting for each other. So that's fun. Fun too. Cool. Well, thanks so much for hanging out today, Katie. Again, it's fun to reminisce on your story, and really the best is yet to come, right? So, all right. Have a wonderful night, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.